you've been watching developments in the Trump administration immigration policy over the past few years, it's very easy to see that in this story, we know who the villain is at this point, but they're not satisfied. And in an attempt to reach cartoon supervillain levels, they're taking issue now with even like sympathetic poems about immigrants. Ken Cuccinelli, who's currently the acting director of the US Citizenship and Immigration Services, was asked about the famous poem at the base of the Statue of Liberty, "They give me you're tired, you're poor." And take a look at his spin on it.
Would you also agree that Emma Lazarus's words etched on the Statue of Liberty, "Give me you're tired, you're poor," are also part of the American ethos?
They certainly are. Give me you're tired and you're poor who can stand on their own 2 feet and who will not become a public charge. That plaque was put on the Statue of Liberty at almost the same time as the first public charge law was passed. Very interesting timing.
Although you mentioned the American dream is built on this idea that this is a place where you can come and build a life.
It's part of it. Oh, only a part of it. I didn't know that. So he just literally rewrote the Statue of Liberty. As long as you're not going to be a public charge, costing us money. So all of you suffering from the potato famine, go back to Ireland where you belong, okay? Go to your S-hole country where there's a famine. Okay, here we don't want the government taking care of anybody. So no poor people, only rich people from now on. No more Irish, no more Italians, right? Cuccinelli? Oh, right, you're Italian, and your ancestors very likely would have been kicked out under your rule. Did they really come over wealthy? Are they one of the lords or barons of the old empires in Italy? Probably not. Probably your parents were poor, right? Well, maybe we should think about deporting you and your entire family. We'll have to. Hey, you know what? Let's get into the family history of everybody, because apparently, if you're not rich enough, this country doesn't want you, according to the Trump/Cuccinelli rule. In fact, the last half hour of the Young Turks is just for members, and members make this show happen. And so in that, we're gonna bring on Steve-O. He's one of our hosts here, one of our employees here, and his family's Korean. When they came over, they were dirt poor, and yes, they had taken some government assistance while they were on a green card. In the Trump-Cuccinelli law, they would have been banned from ever being citizens. You want to see somebody rage? Watch today's last half of the Young Turks. In order to do that, tyt.com/join. Members get an extra half an hour. Now, back to Cuccinelli. Look, this guy's deplorable through and through. If you don't remember his history, when he was in Virginia, the main law that he tried to pass unsuccessfully, but that he was known for, was to outlaw oral sex.
No, surely just, in a group that he doesn't like, right? Not overall for everybody.
Everybody. It didn't matter whether you're gay or straight, sodomy of all forms, including oral sex, he was trying to make it illegal in the state of Virginia. So if you had sex in that way, which I imagine is an enormous percentage of Virginia, given that it is theoretically for lovers.
7 to 9%.
Okay, he would have arrested almost the entire state because he's a religious fundamentalist nut job.
And now sent them to jail for 1 to 5 years.
Could you imagine? Your Honor, it's true, I received oral sex. Guilty, go away for 4 years. Yeah. So insanity,
the only person who, other than him, who was excited about that law was DJ Khaled was gonna move there, but didn't end up happening.
Well, back then there weren't incels. Now that there's incels, they might be excited about it. Like, ooh, then no one else gets to have it too. Okay, so this is the kind of low life that Trump finds and fills his government with. And now, but the whole point, and one of the reasons, I love to bring up that law because it's so insane. But the second reason is he did it because, hey, I'm really religious and I'm gonna impose my religion on you. Well, I'm atheist, I can get all any kind of sex I like. No, you gotta listen to my religion. Why? Because we live in a free country? Okay, but now, Mr. Religious, all of a sudden, Jesus said if you're rich, you have better chance of passing through a camel passing through the eye of a needle than a rich man getting into heaven. Jesus was literally against the rich. Now Cuccinelli's like, if you're not rich, you're not getting into America. Okay, it's the reverse of the Jesus rule. Reverse. And he's like, well, look, Jesus loved the rich, and he only wanted the rich to come into the sacred land, okay? Yeah. You don't believe in Christianity or religion at all. All you believe in is hate and supporting the rich donors that gave you the goddamn money in the first place.
I think they think that the miracles that Jesus performed were like going up to a person with 20/20 vision and minorly increasing their acuity. Like that's not what he did.
No.
He was helping out the least among us, literally going to the prostitutes, the lepers, and all of that. That's who he was a fan of.
No. You don't remember the parable where he goes and makes a millionaire a billionaire? That's their insane view of Jesus Christ. Read the Bible. Read the Bible.
And really, I know you want to talk more about the Bible, and that's totally fine. But I want to talk a little bit about pop culture because I sort of alluded to this. I joked about it in the intro, where whenever in like usually sci-fi, whenever they want to really shock your consciousness, they take an iconic symbol of America and they pervert it in a little way. In The Handmaid's Tale, they take the Washington Monument, they turn it into a cross. In Planet of the Apes, they put an ape on the Lincoln Memorial. And here he's taking perhaps the most iconic poem that serves a function in American politics and society, and turning it as some sort of like attack against people who can't stand on their own 2 feet, like people who need a little bit of assistance. That is that level. It's like it's dystopic the way that he's approaching US government. Yeah. And he's in charge of it. This isn't a pundit. This isn't a candidate. This is the guy in charge of that process.
And it's also Orwellian. So I'm gonna end on the actual poem because they've turned it on its head about, hey, we don't want any of your bums, right? So the actual poem is, give me your tired, you're poor. Give me your tired, you're poor. Your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. The wretched refuse of your teeming shore. Send these, the homeless, tempest tossed to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door. That's America. That's America, not Cuccinelli's version, where it's a religious theocracy only for the rich. That's gross, and that is un-American, and that's exactly what Cuccinelli and Trump are. Well, hey, you made it this far. You must really like the Young Turks. Thank you, we really appreciate you. Now, another easy way to keep supporting us also helps keep your internet activities and data private, all with a push of the NordVPN app. Head to nordvpn.com/TYT right now for 75% off of your next 3 years.